Next up, we have Con lentitud poderosa with powerful slowness from the Risk of Rain 2 soundtrack by Chris Christodoulou. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA. Layman-Friendly Analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. If you like the sound of that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, follow the channel, whatever term you're using, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. We just got monetized on YouTube, so consider dropping one of the memberships. I'm looking into getting us some member-only content for like non-video game music, so consider dropping that. And 2 disclaimers. Number 1, this is my first time hearing this track, so it's going to be a lot of pausing. I'm going to be pausing a lot as I will be pointing things out as I hear them. And number 2, this is recorded on a single take live on stream. Go away, see cleaner. There you go. It was recorded on a single take live on stream, which means that kind of thing can happen. I might stumble upon my words, that kind of stuff. So with that being said, let's do this. Let's go. Con lentitud poderosa. Let's see what we got. Okay, a very lovely start with a very distant piano. There's something about Risk of Rain 2 music. Like, I've played it a little bit, and it's always so zen-y. It's such a... Like, the soundtrack can get absolutely insane, and it is always going to be so chill. It's insane. It's insane. Let's see where this goes. MKJ, it takes a while for the bot to process these. Let's see. Don't let it fool me. Yeah, no, I've played a bit of this game, and it always does this. Very dramatic. So, we start with the piano on the middle range, giving us these very lovely chords. It sounds like that might be our motif, like the overall melody going up on the top, because usually that's kind of how it works. Motif being the smallest version of our musical idea. So, yeah, let's see. So, we have this, and now we added a bit more drama by adding more on the bass end. It's very lovely. And Zwinkle, type into the chat exclamation point points to see how much you got. Let's see where this goes. Nico, sorry. Ooh, a dissonant chord. It's a very long chord progression with a lot of changes. And now we add a distant synth up above. This is powerfully slow, because those chords in the piano, that was a fairly complex chord progression. It was fairly complex. The rhythms are kind of all over the place, like it's changing here and there, giving us, while the overall, downbeats are pretty much the same, but things are changing. It's not entirely stable, but it is slow. And yeah, that sounds kind of like it's off in the distance. It's kind of like a bird chirping kind of thing. It's interesting. Let's see where this goes. Music box, very lovely. Complementing. Oh, the synth up there, that distant synth, and the music box are doing a call and response. Call and response is one instrument does one thing and the other one replies, or one musical idea happens and another one happens instantly as a response. So, let's see. Oh. No. Oh, this is so chill. So yeah, we're just developing. So I think the motif is between the music box and that other synth. It's a very interesting combination because it's the far versus the... It's like far versus near. So it's It's very chill. It's almost like a lullaby. Yeah, like again, like Risk of Rain 2 is such an action-packed, insane game, and having this, that is, oh my god, that I know what it is. Max, welcome today. How you doing? So, when it comes to music, there is something called film scoring, video game scoring, right? That is the music that you put in the video game. There are many types of scoring that you can do. In general, there's two overall ones. One is underscore, and the other one is source music. So an underscore is the overall music that the characters in the world cannot hear. So, say the clearest example would be Star Wars. In every scene that there's like fighting going on, like the lightsaber battles, or there's great battles, or there's some of the spacecrafts, like the spaceships fighting, all that kind of stuff, and all that music going on, that is underscore. Because that is music that the characters are not listening. But once you go into one of the cantinas, the music that the characters can hear is called source music. And there are many things you can do with this. You can accentuate what is happening. You can just highlight individual emotions, individual moments, that kind of thing. And then there is dramatic irony. Dramatic irony is when the music playing does not fit what is happening on screen, and that discrepancy makes it even stronger. The most notorious one is Lord of the Rings Episode 3, The Return of the King, when I think it's Mary is singing to the king of Gondor, and the king is eating some food very disgustingly, and Mary singing a very sad song, and at the same time we had Faramir doing a suicide charge, knowing that none of them are gonna make it back. And that moment of the music, this is a cavalry charge. This is supposed to be an epic moment of heroism, horns blaring and everything, but because we have this very slow, sad song going on, it makes it even more powerful. That is dramatic irony. Why do I bring this up? Because I think this song does exactly the same. Because for those of you who haven't played Risk of Rain 2, it's a shooter. It's a third-person shooter, roguelite, and you're killing monsters left and right. You're going around trying to rescue your ship and trying to get out of the planet that you're in, and you're going around just destroying as much as you can. Having this music playing, that is dramatic irony. That is dramatic irony right there. Because it doesn't fit what you're doing, and that will only highlight things even more. Let's see where this goes. Let me answer that, because yeah, we have another recap of this, another round, and we just heard some acoustic guitar, which I'll get into that in a moment. So then there's a problem in the scene with a slow, relaxed, rather somber song. Would that be dramatic irony, or is it built... No, the dramatic irony is when the music does not fit what is happening. So if you have a scene that is slow and relaxed... Oh yeah, when it doesn't fully fit. Yeah, I just read. Sorry, I can't read. I'm a streamer. So... yeah, that could be dramatic irony. It doesn't have to be that much of a discrepancy. It can be something... yeah, the music is very quiet. The music is very quiet. I need to get one of those extensions to get the music. But it could be intentional that the music is pretty quiet. It could be intentional. So, yes, when it comes to dramatic irony, you just need discrepancy between what is happening on the scene and what the music is playing. So it doesn't have to be the extreme of Mary doing the thing. There can always be, like, dramatic irony could be where there's music playing for a build-up and you're expecting a big fight and all. Okay, so there's another thing that is dramatic irony. Many times you will see a cavalry charge, and while the horses are charging, the music is going, the horns are flaring, it's super bombastic, super heroic, and the moment the charge happens, whenever the first impact happens, the music stops. That is dramatic irony right there. Because now you are having this moment of, wait, what happened to the music? Now we go back to the grudgy aspect of war in that kind of thing. So that can be also dramatic irony. So yes, Vaya, welcome to the Mosh Pit. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to today. How you doing? So yes, dramatic irony just needs to be like the most stereotypical use of dramatic irony is using it for dramatic purposes, like something tragic is happening or something heroic is happening, but in a sad way. It's usually to accentuate negative feelings in that kind of thing. But it can also be something as simple, like another type of dramatic irony could be source music of, let's say, Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan. Everyone is celebrating, everybody's super happy in the New Year's Eve, and Lieutenant Dan is super depressed as hell, just staring into the void. That is dramatic irony. There's happy music, everybody's having fun except the main character. That's also dramatic irony. So you can have all of these different interactions and you can just have all these different ways of doing things. And dramatic irony just means the music doesn't match what is happening. And that discrepancy is giving you even more of an effect. So yeah, I just wanted to make that. And now we just heard an acoustic guitar. This goes back to the concept of orchestration or instrumentation. So when it comes to music, you want to pick the right instruments. Instrumentation is just the study of picking the right instruments for not just the right sound, but also for the right psychological response. The piano that we heard, the piano is usually associated with a single person, an individual, somewhat isolated, and it's one person in control. That distant synth that we heard, that is the unreachable, far beyond the music box. It just, that sound of innocence and playfulness and everything. Codeface, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mosh Pit. And all that stuff. And then we introduced the acoustic guitar. I've said this one, we mentioned this one before, right? That the acoustic guitar is usually associated with a moment of emotional intimacy. It's around the campfire or by yourself. You're having a moment with yourself and you're just soaking in the moment of that moment kind of thing, right? So bringing this in this game of Risk of Rain, where you are alone, usually I think you can play with friends, but it's in general you are alone and you're by yourself. So bringing the acoustic guitar is just another layer of this whole thing of you are alone kind of thing. Let's see. Yes, Kronos. Yeah, that could also be yes. Ooh, and the guitar is also doing a doubling. When it comes to orchestration and instrumentation, a doubling is when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing. However, the guitar is not doing the same melody that the music box is doing, but it is doing a rhythmic doubling. The rhythm at which the strings are being strummed is the same rhythm as the music box. It's a very cool aligning thing to do there. It's a very, very, very cool texture that it gives it. Very, very cool. Let's see where this goes. Now we have another acoustic guitar with the melody. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, and we're getting that build up. So yeah, you can now hear how that would, and now we had a second acoustic guitar playing the melody that the music box was playing with a couple of extra adornments here. They're doing a small variation of that motif. Let me go back a couple of seconds so that we can truly soak in. Let's see. We bring the cadence. Oh, yes! So, we bring in two of my favorite things. A timpani roll and silence to go off the ramp and land this beautifully. So, the timpani, one of my favorite instruments, is the drum that we just heard. It's one of the very few pitched percussions that is not a, like, keyboard structured instrument. And it's just for this kind of just pure drama. So, going off the ramp, colloquial term that I use. Colloquial just means there's no academic term, or I'm refusing to use it for the purposes of illustrating my point. Usually for most of the going off the ramp moments, there's a drum beat, there's something going on, and you remove the drum beat to be able to give you that sense of up in the air kind of thing. But what happens when there is no drum beat? All we had was the guitar and the music box and that synth. You take those away. You have the lead guitar and the music box, I think, holding that last note. And then the timpani comes in. We get a moment of silence. And boom. Now we're bringing the electric guitar, the drum set. This was a 2-minute, almost like an intro. Yeah. George, welcome to the day. How you doing? That's insane. Let's see where this goes. Oh, and he changed it. Nice. Chris, you crazy bastard. I love this. He's changing the background with each kick, with each hit of the bass drum. We're doing a variation of the melody. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, and we are basically recapitulating everything that we did over here. We're using the same melody, we're using pretty much everything we've been using so far. But we are doing a change of instrumentation. And this goes back to show how powerful it can be to just pick the right instruments. Because musically speaking, we're kind of just repeating everything. But because Chris picked the right instruments, it just... Mwah. Valley, welcome to the day. How you doing? Let's see. Oh, we speed up the drums. Finally give some... Oh. And we are having a beautiful counterpoint between the guitar and the synth, which is fairly common for the soundtrack of Risk of Rain 2. Like, I've noticed that many times, that usually there's a back and forth between the two. Counterpoint, of course, being when you, the study of more than one melody, or melodies interacting with each other. And this is... This is beautiful. So now we're jumping in 3 minutes into our 5-minute track. We have introduced a drum beat. This is beautiful. Let's see where this goes. Oh, beautifully harmonized. Beautifully harmonized there. And I love how the drum beat is slow, but because we had nothing for the first 2 minutes, this is considerably faster now. The harmonic rhythm hasn't changed. The rhythm, we have an extremely slow drum beat, but because we have the context of everything else we've been listening to, it just feels like we sped up 100%. This is really well made. Oh my god, Sid, welcome to the The good old one too, yeah. And it is, and these are variations of those original motifs that we heard with the music box and the acoustic guitar, and the others, that the distant synth, let's call it that. But with extra adornments in between. Like, they are being played as if they are two solos being played together at the same time, which is an interesting choice to make, and it's risky because it's very easy to have the instruments compete with one another like that, but it's just beautiful. Let's see where this goes. One more. Now we have two guitars. We went. Okay, so we are going from having two to three guitars, with, you know, panning. Panning just means like focusing on one of the ears or another, doing call and response. But the main one is kind of up above. Then the other ones do a response, and we are switching between the guitar and the keyboard. But their sounds and the notes that they're playing are so similar. It's hard to tell which one is which at times. It is so smooth. Like, the change between the two, I couldn't tell at first that the instruments had changed. That's how good this change in tone is. It's insane, man. Yeah, we're going full-on solos here. Oh. Those runs, man, shredded! Oh, off the ramp we go again. Oh, and this is our outro. Yeah, as you could tell, those solo sections, those were the climax. Off the ramp we went. We got that very initial, very subtle synth that we had at the beginning. And now we are giving the lone synth, the distant synth alone. Just giving us echoes of what we heard before. This is beautiful, man. With a couple of extra, like, strings here. I don't know, there's one of those exotic instruments. I don't know the name of that. And it's just getting more and more distant. Oh, how are you gonna end this, though? Some chimes there. And we ended with that very weird synth. Oh my god. Oh, that was beautiful. That was insane. There you go. There you have it. That was Con Lentitud Poderosa with Powerful Slowness by Chris Christodoulou from the Risk of Rain 2 soundtrack. Dude, that was insane. That was insane. That was awesome. I like the game, man. This is just insane. I had never heard this track before. There you go. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA Layman-Friendly Analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and I hope I have explained things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, what has happened here musically. If you're watching the video later, when it's a video, thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, follow the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. And of course, if you want to listen to this track with me without me interrupting every 2 seconds, I will be linking it in the description. If you want to request a track, go to the Discord, go to the LFA requests channel, follow the instructions in the pinned messages. I will be pinning a comment with a reminder of that. And if you want to watch the streams live, check the Twitch or the Discord links down below, which have the stream schedule showing in your local time zone, so that you don't have to bother with calculating things the way they happen, because I don't like calculating things. I don't like calculating time zones. So with that, there you go. That was dude, that was insane. Con Lentitud Poderosa, Risk of Rain. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.